Getting out of sympathetic nervous system dominance. There's so many things that a person would have to look at. They would have to heal their neurological trauma, and they would have to clear their generational programming. A lot of people think that it's as simple as getting out of stress externally. You know, they might, even like they might focus on diet, but they might look at toxicity in their house or all of these things that possibly could be creating an external stress. But autotoxicity is the biggest reason for disconnection, for stress, for creating all that toxicity in the body. And that is when we constantly go into that fight or flight state. And it's actually a subconscious response in the body. So it's like our amygdala looks for, so the amygdala is for fight or flight. It's looking to either keep us safe, so it's looking for danger or threat, or it looks for gratification. And what it actually does is it draws memory from your hippocampus. So hippocampus formatting, memory either comes from something like, highly emotionally charged. So that's if we've had a really great experience. We're like, okay, this is great. I'm safe. This is, I'm in this kind of nice space. Or if we have a memory that we, elicited this fight or flight response. So a lot of people, they haven't actually done that deep healing work. You actually need to, it's almost like putting new meaning to the amygdala, and you have to look at, a lot of your unconscious beliefs and programs that you're running, because it's that actually fuels and creates our whole life. And so, even like through our childhood, we end up taking on a lot of these beliefs. A lot of them aren't even our own, like generational programming. Even our stress responses kind of are learnt responses from our mum and dad. And I know those past generations, they weren't very good at dealing with emotion. They kind of suppressed a lot of things. So I know, like my story, I lived a lifetime of suppression. I didn't even really talk about my feelings. It's almost like I became so shut down. I didn't even know who I was. And so what people can do is they run these programs, and it's like, you might say, I want to make this conscious change, but there's all these underneath things that are stopping somebody from stepping into that. And, a situation as an adult, we know we're safe, but it's almost like it draws memory from our past. So I do find that a little bit challenging, that question, because I don't know how much healing you've done. I don't know how many things that you've looked at as a way, like, we're here to heal ourselves. We're here to heal our life. We're here to kind of release all these identities that don't serve us, or all these things we picked up. It's almost like we take on all of these things through our childhood and our life. And then there's the process, it's called the process of elimination. It's like I start to peel away all the things that I'm not. When I do this healing work for EBV, it's about transformation. It's about finding the big key pieces for a person in their life that reprograms their amygdala to a different response. And so it's taking away those stress responses, those automatic stress responses, because you've changed the meaning to something. Like maybe an example of that, I was speaking to a lady the other day, and she started the healing program, and she'd done a lot of work. She's a healer as well, but looking at her life, she then had a mother that was very harsh, and her mother was loving and kind when she was unwell. So therefore, she kind of created these programs that if she's unwell, she'll have loving and connection and belonging. So it's almost like everybody wants love, connection and belonging. And so if that being unwell equates to that, it's not even like I realize I'm making these choices. For me, I don't know, women can easily, especially mothers, sacrifice themselves completely. It's like I lived a lot of my life out of fear, or, not even knowing what I really wanted for myself. I was very good at doing what I thought I should, never speaking my truth, all of these different things. It's like the process for healing is like reclaiming self. It's stepping into who we truly are. It's like aligning with this kind of higher connection. And it's the higher connection that brings order to the physical body. If you're wanting to do that by, natural healing, or, tapping back into this amazing place that offers so much, it's like this realignment process. It's like tuning into who we truly are and living our life from that place. This is what we're all here and what we're meant to do. So a lot of people, even in their illness or sickness, there's these amazing lessons, but you have to be willing to kind of look at your life holistically. And this is why I wanted to create this page, as in talking about all the areas of healing. You know, a lot of people kind of go, they want to change their life. And like, if you've looked at your life, maybe people are completely overrun with commitment and they're a people pleaser and they're always saying yes to everyone else, but not saying yes to themselves. Like, all of this stuff equates to these stress responses in the body. And so, you know, things that somebody could do if they hadn't obviously kind of gone into the unconscious beliefs and programs and looked at healing themselves this way. But it is through that that you get out of overload in the neurological structures, because they are in conflict with what you want for yourself. You know, often people will have these, I don't know, procrastination or self-sabotaging kind of programs. But what could somebody do on a daily basis? I've actually created some modules, and it goes into the program that I've created as a way for somebody to kind of, you know, go through this information about mind, body and soul and understand how these things work, so that they can support their health in more areas than what they're probably even thinking about or focusing on. Our heart space is in alignment with our higher kind of soul aspects. And so, you know, even reconnecting in nature, even getting away from noise, getting away from technology, like how much noise is going into your mind on a daily basis. A lot of people just rely on sleep to re-regulate neurological structures. It's not enough. Even the way people are using their mind, overthinking. If you're an overthinker, like that's what I used to be, it's terrible. I used to honestly have all these full conversations in my mind. And it's almost like the mind can't tell the difference between something that you're thinking about and something that's happening. So people will be creating this stress response in their body through their mind and through overthinking. There's a great place to start. How am I managing my mind? You know, even just having techniques that get out of your head when you're overthinking. You know, creating more free, quiet space so neurological structures can re-regulate more. You know, even things like everything is vibrational. And this is how in the healing process, it's almost like even a liver or someone's heart, they have a certain vibrational frequency. It's like they're out of balance. And then when energetically they're not even in the right resonance or vibrational frequency, that's kind of ill health decline. So, you know, there is other energetic supports. The earth is actually one. We could go and actually ground the earth and the energy and the frequency of Mother Earth is actually close to the frequency of cell renewal. So some people, if you think about your day, people wear shoes all day, they're inside all day, they're so disconnected. There's some other things that people can do as a reconnection in themselves to kind of support trying to give their body more resources to be able to heal and repair. But it really comes back to taking a holistic look at your life and seeing why you've gotten to this place now. And a lot of people, you know, they don't maybe examine their life properly, or they don't really see some of these correlations. It's like we will keep recreating the same thing in our life as a way to harmonize it, as a way to heal, as a way to learn. And it's about moving forward and kind of releasing those things and getting those lessons. And that's how we, you know, go through this kind of states of transitioning through states of higher consciousness, transformation, change, all of these things. So when I heal EBV in the way that I do, there's so many areas that I have to look at and factor in. Reprogramming the amygdala is one, but it's also looking at maybe their stress stories, or why they've kind of gone into this kind of trauma response, or all of these things from their past. So it's essentially healing someone's past to, you know, reduce EBV, to actually create a different reality for them in a different future. So there's so many elements to healing. I hope that answered your question around that.